There's been a few times that I have co-written, co-authored a book, and this one, Calculating Your Speaker Quotient, the Kemp-Wade Formula. It sounds very, very fancy, but it's subtitled A Mathematical Approach to Developing a Stellar Speaking Career. Okay, with higher fees and greater impact. Well, that just speaks right up to me. If I saw this, I'd buy it. And what we did is myself and Charlotte got together and we put together this concept of how do you measure intangible success? What does success look like a speaker? And we broke it up into two areas, and it's the first one is, what am I investing in myself? So what have I invested into my career as a speaker, as a thought leader, as a person of influence? And then on the other hand, what value am I adding to my client, to the audience or my client when I'm consulting or coaching? And how does that work? And putting those two together, because they rise accordingly. And the more you have to offer, the more value you can give. So the formula plays a nice part in that. But within each side of the formula, there are stuff that multiply your efforts and multiply your impact. But there's also stuff that divide it. And so we had a lot of fun, a lot of post-it notes moving around the board. And then we reduced that all into this big long mathematical formula, which is in the book. And it's not there to, impress anybody. It's there as a thing that you can kind of unpack. And we do in throughout the book, we unpack all the different elements into simple things. And even though some people have read the book and said, I've got the score, what does it mean? It's not about a number. It's about going through the book and looking at all the different factors. Is that looking at stuff, what multiplies, what adds, what subtracts, and what divides. Because if you look at those different aspects, you've got to do obviously less of the stuff that subtracts and nothing of the stuff that divides. Because the more you do emphasis on division, you're dividing up the impact that you have. And impact is such a big value of mine. It just makes sense to have this board up and kind of point, if you've got a year's planning to do as a speaker, as a coach, you can go look at that and say, this year I'm going to do that, and that, and less of that, but more of that. And you can actually pitch your career development off that formula. You're not going to get it right and go I'm going to work really hard for the next week and then improve my score. It's not about a score. It's about continuously improving to enhance yourself as who you are as a speaker, and then also having impact and input and change into your clients. So Charlotte and myself, we spent quite a lot of time writing this backwards and forwards, and we edited and re-edited. And we finally got together a little shorter book than I thought it was going to be, because the complexity rose. But we cut out all the fluff and the stories and stuff, and we've left it as a basic read, an instruction manual. With that, so I think it's a nice length to be able to get through in a few hours, but a lifetime to apply. So if you're a speaker and you want to improve your impact and to understand your speaking quotient, then I'd highly recommend this book. It's a fun read. It's a little funny. It's a little entertaining, but there's some good science there that'll help you become a lot better at what you do.